needs analysis and its purposes. What are the purposes of needs analysis? As many of you know, like needs analysis is actually conducted to assess specific linguistic needs of the students. Apart from these needs, needs analysis is also conducted to assess the motivation level or the anxiety level or different other psychosocial factors, right? So what are the purposes of needs analysis then? Okay. For example, needs analysis have different purposes. A sales manager might be needing a specific language of selling products. So these are very expressed needs, and the purpose is very clear one here. Okay. And on the other hand, the tour guide might be needing a different language or linguistic proficiency. So the needs here are a bit clear, right? So, and needs analysis is basically, its main purpose, its main objective is to determine how well we can address or determine students' needs, right? And needs analysis is obviously used to, to find out the gaps between their existing knowledge and their desired knowledge, right? What they want to learn about language, right? And we've got two needs analysis. We can also gather information about different problems. Some problems might be very specific ones. For example, a sales manager might be experiencing, proficiency problems or in terms of, speaking. So the needs here are very particular ones, right? And I think we've got within needs analysis purposes, we've got an observation by Lindsay, and this observation explicitly tells us about different factors which are central to understand the purposes of needs analysis. Okay, to assess the level of language acquisition. I mean, in what way first language interferes towards learning the second language, right? And what are the communicative abilities or the communicative competence of the students? I mean, whether they have social competence, I mean, to use, to understand the social context of language in use, right? And then we've got needs analysis to identify whether the students needs formal English or informal English, right? And then we've got the necessary language skills, right? And what are the attitudes of the students about language learning? So these are different areas that that basically fall in the realm of needs analysis. And then we need to find out some of the key political, cultural, or economic or social factors attached to needs analysis, right? Okay, and I think we can better understand the purposes of needs analysis with an example taken from Richard's book, Curriculum Development in Language Teaching, right? This example illustrates the language proficiency levels of employees in a specific restaurant. Okay, so if, for example, if you want to conduct a needs analysis, you need to first find out how many staff members need language training or they need language learning. Okay, and what are these senior staff perceptions about the language level of its employees, and what difficulties the employees are facing, right? Okay, and how the employees perceive the role of textbooks, right? So what I mean to say is, needs analysis actually helps us understand various elements, various factors. These factors can be about language proficiency. These factors can be about the motivation element. Okay. And there are different types of needs which need to be, considered here. I think there are some, for example, some less immediate needs. And I think this can be exemplified in the context of Pakistan. In our government schools, for example, English is taught as a compulsory subject. So the students are not actually asked what sort of language they need. This is considered to be less immediate need because this has been already assumed by the curriculum planners what sort of language courses are needed in the government-run schools. Okay, there are some perceived needs and there are some present needs. The present needs are, for example, as we have already talked about, the employees of a restaurant and their present needs. So what this topic indicates, suggests is that needs analysis has its various purposes. These purposes revolve around identifying students' proficiency needs. It could be about their reading, speaking, listening needs.